The following episode of Deep Lore About Nothing was not, I repeat, not recorded in front of a live studio audience, because that would be complicated and we can't afford to pay them. But if it was, then they'd probably join us at some point where we're talking about the movie Dinosaur.
Well, it's not regulation, it's just an invitation. Come listen to our silly little show. Join Dennis, KP, David, and Misty as they banter and they argue to and fro. It's a nothing little show, but that's in the title now you know. We're coming to the chorus, time to go. It's Deep Lore About Nothing, Deep Lore About Nothing. Now with new intro.
I could buy a VHS copy of this for $10 on
Oh
Amazon.
my god! What?
I might have to.
What is this image?
Onward, my brother!
That's a little odd.
Oh my god. Oh my god. I keep finding more screen grabs. This is even
I love
more
how
turd.
I love how I've started this. A movie that I thought for the longest time in my mind was a goddamn fever dream. Come to find out it's real. Never got around to watching it again to prove myself that I remembered some of this movie, and then finally got around to watching it because it became homework for me for my podcast.
Thank you.
So when did this movie come out?
Year 2000.
2000.
Okay.
I forgot that movie's as
Yeah.
old as my car. That's wild.
It's as old as Andrew Panton thinks Triple X is.
Oh my god, that's right.
This movie is older than I am.
Oh, that makes me feel so sad. God damn it, KP.
I only came around 2 years later. Calm down.
I know. Oh, jeez.
It was a good year.
Man. I was only a year old, so don't. I was only a year old at the time.
I hate everything right now.
God damn it.
There was a sequel.
There was?
What am I looking at? So I'm like looking through more pictures, and then I see like toys. There's like figures from this movie, but it says Disney Dinosaur 2000, Aladar Strikes Back. Is there a sequel?
I don't remember there being a sequel.
Yeah, I don't think so.
Huh.
Well, it came out on the same weekend as Gladiator, and Gladiator finally got a sequel.
Wow.
Gladiator got a sequel before Dinosaur did.
Damn.
It really just hurt my heart.
There is no official Disney-produced sequel to the 2000 film Dinosaur.
No. So then I'm just stupid in reading this packaging weird.
Or
I think you're
they
reading it as
got really
Disney's
ambitious.
Dinosaur from the year 2000.
Well, when you see this packaging, doesn't it make you think that there's like a sequel? Like, what is
Here,
this?
Let's see. Alador Strikes Back.
Aladar Strikes Back, yeah.
I mean, it kind of makes me think of a certain scene in the movie.
See, that would make more sense then.
When he got struck and then struck back.
Maybe.
When he struck and then struck again.
Maybe it's one of the chapter titles.
That makes sense.
Maybe that's why it's the name on the packaging. Because I don't remember any of the chapter titles for the life of me. I remember watching that movie one time when I was a kid, but always seeing the trailer whenever I watched any other Disney movie.
I'm now sitting here pondering the idea of, you know what, for every little bit of data floating around through the air over Wi-Fi, every bit of power, every bit of energy that goes into it, there's a tree that has to be planted in order to make up for the oxygen that is somehow got used up and the damage to the environment that it took for me to download a picture saved now on my laptop that says Aladar Strikes Back.
Man, butterfly effect is crazy.
Oh man, I was not sure where that was going, and I'm so glad that we got to the end.
Addison, the
we
first
got
half,
there.
not gonna lie.
Yeah, you had me very confused there in the first half, and I just spilled fucking soda all over myself, and you guys saw the whole thing.
As long as it wasn't a strategically placed crotch spill.
No, definitely wasn't. It's all over my knee.
Well, that could imply something very, very complimentary towards you.
He pees from his knees.
He's from his knees. I really hope that KP said that just as a joke and not because she missed the.
I said it as a joke.
Why not both?
What did I miss? Now don't tell me I lost. We're
Don't
done.
tell me I
New
lost.
conversation.
Move on.
And, Jeff says he's falling apart.
Yeah, Jeff's body's breaking down. My next one after that is Jeff finally looks at his toenail.
Convinced that
But
nothing
circling
actually
back,
happened.
Though, circling back to Jeff's body falling apart, it made me ask the question, what injury have you gotten from doing the most mundane thing like Jeff's shoulder did from his posture adjustment? Doing something dumb and now all of a sudden it's like, oh, I can't move, or oh, this is broken, or oh, this is fucked up.
On a regular basis, I seem to sleep wrong somehow, and I'll pinch a nerve in like my shoulder or my neck, and it'll make it really tough to turn my neck for like to rotate my neck for a couple of days, and so I have to rotate my whole ass body to like look at people and to look at things.
It's like Batman.
God, it's like George Clooney's Batman and all that fucking leather.
It has nipples?
Damn! I know that there's been more than once. Since more than once,
Yeah.
I know I've sneezed and then my back hurt.
Yeah, done that too.
Oh.
Done that too.
Sneezed, coughed, looked wrong, and twinged your back or your neck. Oof.
Yeah,
So we're all getting old, or we're all getting Jeff.
we're all getting Jeff.
Oh, and then there's other times where you do absolutely nothing, and then you wake up in the middle of the night with a freaking Charlie horse that lasts
Oh,
for
yeah.
like feels like an hour, but probably like a minute.
I just get now the waking up in the middle of the night having to take a piss.
Thankfully, I haven't gotten there yet.
Fast and fucked my back up.
When I was working at the wood shop, I would injure myself in small ways that I could like handle throughout the day. Mainly
I thought you were
because
going to
it kinda
say
made-
I injured myself intentionally in small ways.
Oh
I did. That's exactly like I would do it on purpose in small ways because it would make my job easier because like it was difficult to grab like a piece of lumber off the shelf or whatever, so I'd have to like pull in just a certain way that it was strategic injuring of myself throughout the day that I could deal with and then I would just take care of when I got home, more or less. Like sometimes I would have to slide a piece of large ply off of the shelf and have it drop directly onto my steel toe, and so it wouldn't hurt necessarily, but it would bounce off of my foot a little bit, and sometimes it would like make me twinge my ankle, even though I knew it was gonna happen. Like it's just a reflex kind of thing, or like I would drop a piece of lumber onto my head so that I could then balance it. Otherwise.
As a certified member of my work's health and safety committee, my first instinct is to la 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 la, I'm not listening.
Oh yeah. No, for sure. OSHA has a lot of problems with me. If they ever catch me, that is. I got when I was working for the haunted house this last season, I had a skit that I would do as my character where I would run down a hallway. And then eventually I added a bit to the end of it where I would run into the door that was open at the end of the hallway and I would like fall slack into the hallway and my feet would be like dangling into the hallway and the mad doctor would run around and scream into the hall and then drag me away as I was kicking and screaming.
Yeah, that sounds like pain waiting to
Yeah.
happen.
No, it
Yeah.
absolutely is. I have the attitude of a stuntman, but the body of like a man who has been doing stunts for about like 50 years because I just keep injuring myself to like I'm committed to the bit, guys. It's what I do. It's how I live.
And so one of my other notes from around that time in the episode, I said it's the difference between saying I fell versus had a fall.
That is
Like-
so true.
Like
That's
the older you get, it's
beautiful.
not just I fell down. No, I had a fall.
I had a fall.
I was gonna say it really got to the point where the rest of episode 15 was all about the burger bet results and what they were going to do.
I have some
Because
notes on the ad
I have
reads that they
notes?
did.
Wait,
I have
what?
I have
Oh,
a
go
couple
for
of
it.
notes on the ad reads that they did during the episode.
I skipped them.
So I don't, because sometimes they like, because of the way that Jeff specifically does ad reads, especially when he did ad reads for Fuckface. It was like it was still Jeff, you know, like, yeah, sure, he was doing the ad read so they could get the ad revenue or whatever, but it was still a Jeff ad read. And
Mhm.
Jeff Ramsey, being my favorite Rooster Teeth talent, is it made it to where I can tolerate ad reads if they're done by like any of the Fuckface crew, basically. And the first ad read they did, it was their first ad for RTX at Home, actually. This was the first ad across all of Rooster Teeth content at the time.
We interrupt this anecdote about ad reads for a word from one of our sponsors. Hi, I'm Dennis from the Deep Lore About Nothing podcast. Did you know that we're about to have the second episode of our supplemental gaming content, Deep Lore About Wrestling, release on YouTube and Spotify this weekend? Deep Lore About Wrestling is where David, KP, and myself watch a computer simulation of a wrestling video game and provide commentary, while characters inspired by Regulation and Rooster Teeth adjacent productions, along with characters inspired by the hosts of the, let's face it, they're far superior to us podcast, Flying the Coop, battle it out for grappling greatness, glory, and gold through the magic of the new WWE 2K26 video game. Episode 1 is already out on both YouTube and Spotify, and check out Episode 2, Deep Lore in the Bank, on Easter Sunday. That's right, folks. Sit back with your Easter chocolate, pause your Passover festivities, and watch Deep Lore About Wrestling. Now back to your regularly scheduled program.
For podcasting that had a RTX at Home ad inserted. When they
RTX
did
at Home
RTX,
being their
RTX at Home being their convention that they
annual
did.
convention.
Yeah, their annual convention that they did, but because of the pandemic, they had to cancel the in-person event in Austin, Texas that they did every year. But they did a at-home event where they streamed like a bunch of different shows and a bunch of different panels, and people actually got to buy tickets for certain panels, and a lot of different panels were free as well. It was a whole lot of fun. I even got to participate in it, and it was... I don't feel vindicated entirely, but I feel slightly vindicated that I got to participate in an RTX event in some fashion. But I've never officially, physically been to RTX, and that will always make me sad. Unless, of course, Bernie brings it back, which, fingers crossed, you know.
Mhm.
But it was their first insert for an RTX at Home ad. And as I said, it was very interesting because it was the first RTX at Home ad across all their podcasting content at the time. And I remember this because I was, at the time, listening to every single podcast put out by Rooster Teeth. It was my weekly ritual. Every day I'd be listening to a different podcast. But it was all Rooster Teeth content, so I was in my happy place. And the way that Jeff talks about the RTX convention itself in the ad was one of the reasons why I got so excited for RTX at Home, because it was also my first notice, like actual full realization of the RTX at Home event being a thing.
And not just being a thing, but something tangible that you could participate in somehow.
Exactly, precisely. Like I spent that whole weekend of RTX at Home on my phone and on my tablet, and I was just participating in as much as I could, because like I was finally getting to feel a bit more connected to a community that I had been a part of for, at that point, almost 20 years. And so like that was one of the reasons that I got so hyped for it, because I knew that I would be able to connect with a lot more people from the Rooster Teeth community on a deeper level than I had already been connecting with them. Like, yeah, sure, I had connected with them through the forums and through the website and through the Discord, but the RTX at Home event, I don't know, there was just it was a different feeling than I get even now from the Rooster Teeth branded Discord. And I've been a part of that for, gosh, 6-7 years now.
Well, like, here's the thing, and this never ceases to amaze me. How the fuck do we go from, like, the ridiculous, hey, it's raining babies talk, or is there love in porn, to having wonderfully sweet, wholesome moments like that? What a dichotomy. We are a roller coaster. It's a broken down
Lord.
roller coaster, but we are a fucking roller coaster.
Hey, but we still managed to get we managed to start and then stop at the start and end of the roller coaster. That's we got from A to B, but we went all over the place first.
No one said it had to be a straight, smooth line from A to B.
Precisely.
The roller coasters are boring if they're just a straight line.
Exactly.
Roller coasters in a straight line, that's just a train, and that's kind of boring, but more boring than a
Even
roller coaster.
trains
know.
sometimes do fun things.
That's what I was gonna say. That's why I stopped myself. I was like, well, actually, I really like trains. Then again,
Trains are a very specific subset of manifestations of autism for some people, so I will not shit on the train community.
yeah, that's why I wasn't. I was like, man, I don't know.
The people who like
evaluation-
trains, they like trains.
For real. And I really like trains. So like,
And I like the people who like trains, so I cannot, you know, I won't call myself a train enthusiast, but I will allow someone else to wear the conductor hat.
I do have one more note for Jeff's ad reads for this episode. He did an ad read for a company called Weldon Blue, and I can't remember exactly what the company did. I'm pretty sure they were kind of like a Factor Meals type of company. Not sponsored, but hey, Factor, hit us up.
It wasn't that like a here's some like objectively badass things, buy them from our website.
Right. I don't remember exactly, but I have here Jeff swoons while doing his Weldon Blue ad read, because Jeff was having a really good time talking about Weldon Blue. It was one of those companies that Jeff wasn't the kind of person who did an ad read for a random company unless he had in fact used a product or like used their service in some fashion. And that's why I always enjoyed Jeff ad reads as well, is because I know I can trust Jeff Ramsey on his recommendations. Me and KP were just talking about that just, what was it, just like 2 weeks ago, I think, after a
Oh
recording.
yeah, you were saying about Jeff was playing this game. I'm gonna play
Yeah,
this
Jeff was
game.
playing this game.
Now
I'm gonna
it's
play
the
this
only game
game.
I play.
It's one of the, yeah, exactly. But he just swoons in his Weldon Blue ad talking about the service. And like I said, I'm pretty sure it was kind of like a Factor Meals ad or something like that. Because I remember him talking about food in the ad. And
I might not be spelling it right. I went back and Google searched Weldon Blue, and all I get are search results for paint.
it's
Or is Weldon Blue?
WELDEN.
Well, I'm spelling it wrong.
I'm kind of curious now.
I'm just getting more stuff for, yeah, more stuff for paint, more stuff for different sliders and shaders in different editors, and I've got nothing. Oh, because it went Weldon Blur. That's why. Blur.
Say, are we dyslexic?
No, but my phone does not like.
Uh,
And now I'm seeing plates.
Well, my next note here is Andrew starts his gaslighting to refuse to eat the pencil.
Well, because that's the thing. Gavin finally remembers the pencil being at stake, even though they had totally ignored it in the previous episode, which to me counts as a renegotiation of the terms, which means, Andrew, you don't have to eat the pencil. I'm on your
No.
side.
Andrew needs to eat the pencil.
he needs to eat the pencil.
Andrew, I'm on your side. Boom, judgment. But Andrew does remember it as owing now $100. And then here's some select quotes. Like, I remember that completely differently. And then when Eric originally sides with Andrew and then betrays Andrew in a deep act of betrayal, and then puts up a poll on Twitter about it that has zero context, Andrew then says, I'm friends with your dad, Eric. And then here's another quote. I definitely didn't agree to eat a pencil. There's a 0% chance.
I have
here's
here
the
Jeff
thing.
is Eric's dad because
was
Eric
my
Berdor's,
quote.
yeah.
That Jeff has said, I'm kind of like your dad, and then the most uncomfortable groan
Yeah.
from Eric.
But here's Andrew's out on not having to eat the pencil. The original bet was that everything hinges on if these 25 burgers were paid for by someone else. And see,
And he has-
no response.
Wasn't it he had 16 hours to do it now, right?
I thought it was 12.
I have here 16. Andrew will have 16 hours. Oh wait, no, that's for the game bet. Never mind.
Yeah, that's for their trials stuff.
Yeah, that's for their trial stuff.
But going back and after re-listening and reanalyzing it, Andrew said that this would only count if those 25 burgers for this burger bet were taken care of and paid for by someone else.
Didn't Jeff say that he would pay for him?
He said that he would, but we did not ever get any confirmation of that.
That's right. I was mixed up last recording. And I was thinking that it was the burger bet it was the previous burger bet that Jeff paid for the burgers when we were talking about the stacked octo burger. I was mixing that up in my head.
And yes, he was willing to but we've never gotten confirmation. And as long as Andrew can provide some sort of proof, and I know that apps like DoorDash and Uber Eats, they have receipts going back a long time. There could be proof that Andrew has been the one that has paid for these burgers, did not receive any restitution for said burgers. Therefore, any stipulations placed on the eating or non eating of these burgers are then null and void. Henceforth, Andrew does not have to eat the pencil. Mic drop.
I have more on Andrew's argument or his protests against him agreeing to eat a pencil in the next episode.
I think he's just scared and doesn't want to eat a pencil.
Yeah. I think that he's worried about the heart splinters that came up in the first conversation about eating a pencil. I'm going to be honest.
It's true as well. Dang heart splinters.
Heart splinters. God.
But yeah, we
What is
also
this show?
we
Which
get
one?
the idea of a
Yes.
a Halo Trials times bet. And of course, even though the results of the burger bet are still technically up in the air, they decide to make another bet between Gavin and Andrew regarding the completion of, it was in Trials HD, doing runs back and forth.
I have another
And who
addition
could
to
beat
the
best times.
I have another addition to the Andrew is a Menace saga. Real quick.
That covers a ton of ground.
That's true, but here's another entry. Okay. Andrew's Garfield cart time got beaten by some random kid. So he ruins that kid's birthday by immediately going out and
Oh my
rebeating the
God.
time. And
didn't know
takes
it
a
was the guy's
screen grab of
birthday.
it. Takes a screen grab of it and sends it to the kid as soon as he finishes doing it. And then he learns that it was the kid's birthday right after he like sends the screen grab.
Wow.
Another entry in the Andrew Panton as a Menace saga.
I mean, you can't even
Another-
be mad at him. It's not like he knew it was the kid's birthday. He was like, haha, bet. I got it back. And then shit happens. It was the kid's birthday.
Just another
You
entry to
have
cram his list of crimes.
Yes. I was gonna say, you try to come for the king, you have those starry-eyed lasagna eyes. You better be willing to back it up. Because there's only one king on Lasagna Mountain, and that's Andrew Panton.
That's Andrew Panton. I have here that Andrew headbutts his wall during a dream about Trials HD.
Yeah, he was vivid dreaming his Trials run.
Talks about how he was having a vivid dream that he
Oh,
was in a
yeah.
Trials run, and it was first-person Trials run that he was in, and he headbutted his bedroom wall as he was sleeping,
Oh, I remember this.
and it woke him up. And he was trying to, he woke up and he was trying to figure out what just happened.
Imagine that being your wake-up call. No, thank you.
And then they do come to an agreement, though, between Gavin and Andrew. And the agreement becomes, if Gavin manages to take back times and keep them for, I believe, 12 hours,
It was
then
16,
Andrew
wasn't it?
does agree to eat the pencil, either 12 or 16 hours.
Is Gavin bets Andrew that he can beat his time in a game of his choice that they've talked about.
Mhm.
So specifically one that they've talked about in the show, in the fuckface episodes up to that point.
But they figure that out in episode 16.
And Andrew will have 16 hours to beat it, or he has to eat a pencil. And they fully figure it out in episode 16, but Gavin brings up a game of his choice in episode 15. I remember that because I went back to listen to it a couple of times because that's one of my longer notes, and it took me a minute to type it all out because, I got fat old thumbs.
Yeah, it was the genesis of the Trials bet.
Yeah.
The Trials take back times.
I hear outro on a clap sync right here as well.
Yeah, they had the worst tail
They're
sync.
the worst tail sync ever of the entire show.
We don't do tail syncs. We could
We
do
don't
a
have
better
to.
tail sync
At
than Nick.
all.
We don't have to do a tail sync. We don't have to sync at all. Yeah, that's true. KP's right.
Well, we sort of do with the way we have it set up with Audacity, but not really.
Oh,
I just
I
line
suppose, like,
everything
with-
up.
yeah. I suppose with the way you have to edit, yeah, you have to sync it up. But like when we do a recording, we don't sync and then like end sync.
Bye, bye, bye.
Bye bye bye.
And then we go on to episode 16.
The best
There's a lot of
episode
meat to
on
this
vinyl,
one.
baby.
My God.
I really want that
Yeah.
vinyl, and I was so sad that I couldn't get it.
Episode 16 begins with some fast food talk, and it made me ask a question. Has a removed fast food item ever caused you to just give up as a customer? Like, you don't have this on the menu anymore? I'm done. I'm not eating there again.
I have a great quote from Eric Burdure before, just like in the seconds before the fast food talk starts, after they introed with a clap sync. And he says, "Hey, fuck faces, what's going on today in your crazy world of collections, funny pranks, and wacky fart noises?"
Are there any fart noises that aren't wacky?
If they're coming out of Jeff Ramsey, no.
All them farts is wacky.
Wacky fart races? What? And then I immediately have after that, Jeff complains about the loss of the Mexican pizza from Taco Bell, which I thought was kind of funny considering at that point, at least for my particular like region of the country, Taco Bell had lost the Mexican pizza for 2-3 years by that point. But maybe they had the Mexican pizza in other regions.
I'm still amazed that in Austin, Texas, a foodie capital of Texas, where you would expect you could get good Mexican food, especially Tex-Mex style food, and different fusions of cuisine, that of all the places you'd want to get a Mexican pizza, you'd think Taco fucking Bell?
Millie liked to go. That's why they went.
Yeah, he even says that. He said that they used to go because Millie really liked Taco Bell.
But then
See, I
that made me
just-
ask the same thing though. Like, has there ever been an item from a menu that they take away and it's like, I can't come back here anymore?
Yeah, I just tend to miss every time Taco Bell has their nacho fries. It makes me sad.
Taco Bell nacho fries are good. I've always been like a really big fan of burgers ever since I was a little kid, and Burger King has always been one of my like go-to spots if I'm gonna get fast food. It's my preferred place to go. And I remember when I was younger, they came out with the rodeo burger with the barbecue sauce and the onion rings on it. And I'm also a really big fan of onion rings.
That.
I'm also a really big fan of onion rings, and barbecue sauce is my favorite condiment. So,
Ooh.
I used to just get, anytime I'd go to Burger King, I'd just get like 2 or 3 rodeo burgers, and I'd just chomp them down, right? And all of a sudden, at one point, for maybe like a year to 2 years, I can't remember exactly, because I stopped going to Burger King for a while. Not necessarily because of their removal of the rodeo burger from the menu, but it was just like, it was partially that. It was like them not having the rodeo burger kind of made me not want Burger King anytime a Burger King was on the table as an offer. Because like they didn't have my favorite item on the menu, the item that I would eat the fuck out of most of the time. I also really like the chicken fries. The chicken fries are another one of my favorite menu items. And they take those away. Those are a seasonal item. Well, they were for a long time, and now like they're like officially on the menu.
Yeah, those are definitely back.
Chicken fries are banger. Chicken fries are really good. I like chicken fries. But yeah, and I mean, I was living in Montana at the time when they took the rodeo burger away. So like it was a combination of they took the rodeo burger away and it made me not really want Burger King. But I also never really had the chance all that often to go to Burger King in those days. Like we didn't go out to fast food all that often. I would eat fast food the most when I would be hanging out with my grandma.
Those sound like good times.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. But like also when I lived in Montana and when I'd go get fast food, there were a couple of in-town spots that were really good. They were like really good burger joints. And so like they weren't like franchise spots, you know.
Well, you know what else was good times? Gavin trying to present evidence of what I'm writing down here as pencil clips, talking about Andrew having to quote unquote eat the pencil.
Yeah, I have
And
here
I
first
still don't
proof
think
of
they were all
Andrew's
that definitive.
first proof of Andrew needing to eat the pencil, and then I have Andrew gaslighting, saying it's not his voice. Because Gavin came with a clip from the previous episode, or from a previous episode of them talking about Andrew eating the pencil and him agreeing to it.
I would gaslight people about it too.
I'm not even doing a bit here though. I remember listening to these clips. I know it's actually Andrew's voice. I know it was recorded somewhere. I think that might be like an outtake because I cannot for the life of me remember where this conversation that he's pulling up comes from.
I think it was from episode like... Hang on, because I'm pretty sure I have the note from one of my previous show notes, so let me go check 9 through 12 real quick. I have it.
I can't remember.
It was one of the first conversations they have about Andrew eating the pencil. Jeff and Andrew make a bet that he could eat a standard box of pencils. It was in episode 12 that they brought it up. It was when
I
they
think that was
first
the
started
first
talking about
mention.
eating pencils. Yeah, but then it was in that same episode. I just don't have a note for it. It was in that same conversation where Andrew agrees to eat a pencil. And that's the clip that Gavin brings to episode 16.
Oh.
Because I also remember, when I was listening to that clip when he brought it up in episode 16, I remembered listening to that part of the episode recording, like when it was released, and then also again when we listened to it for our show. I am adamant about Andrew Panton eating the pencil. He will eat the pencil.
He will.
Well, he also does say that it would have to be a leadless pencil.
That's fine.
And in fact, we get a letter from Andrew's legal counsel team, which includes Harvey Birdman, attorney at law.
Harvey Birdman, attorney at law.
God.
That the definition of a pencil includes, by its very nature, a lead in order to make marks on paper or other such materials, and therefore a leadless pencil, which is what was agreed to, by its very nature does not exist and is not a pencil.
It's a stick.
Therefore, again, Andrew does not have to eat the pencil.
Oh, I do have a note about the clip.
I'm on your
actually.
side, Andrew.
I do have
Okay.
a note about the clip, actually. It's Andrew adamantly protests that he did not agree to eat a pencil, even though in that episode he talks about how he would eat it and that he would sharpen it so he would just use the pencil shreddings on a sandwich. And that's
If
where
we're
the
being
whole heart splinters thing came from.
If we're being technical, all pencils are technically lead-free pencils because we
Yeah.
don't use lead anymore. We use graphite.
That's
We
what I
never
was going to say,
use
too.
lead in them. But the colloquial term of the lead for your pencil being the actual element of a pencil which does the writing, marking, scratching.
Yeah. Pencil lead is what it's referred to as.
Yes.
Yeah, even now it's called pencil lead. Like even though you don't put like bars of lead in your mechanical pencil, it's still called pencil lead, even though it's graphite.
Right.
Superman can see through the pencil, but it doesn't mean that you don't call it lead. God damn it.
As a technicality, all pencils are technically lead-free pencils.
For Superman,
If
there's
we're gonna
not just a
argue the
black
semantics
line
of it.
through the solid. There's not just a black solid line through the center of the pencil for Superman. He can see all the way through it.
Andrew Panton, I am doing my best to be your defender here.
You are
I'm
being
facing-
defeated.
For hours.
You are being stopped and defeated at every turn, Dennis, just as Andrew Panton did. Like,
Come to the dark
just doesn't have to-
side. He can eat the pencil.
yeah.
I'm going
Exactly.
to directly quote Andrew.
Join us,
and
Dennis.
talk about my desire to uphold the truth and honor of Andrew Panton and say that the door of truth and honor is easy to go through. I'm already
And he's
there.
going to eat that door.
Hands on the knob.
We're going to make him eat that door.
Exactly.
Eric gets nominated.
That's going to be the next
as-
bet.
Really? I was going to say that Andrew gets nominates Eric to be the pencil judge, the judge for future decisions regarding pencil eating or not eating. But I have to ask, do you want a judge that waffles back and forth? Do you want your Supreme Court of pencil decisions to be someone who is dedicated and steadfast in their leanings, or do you want someone who's wishy-washy?
I have here Andrew rejects Jeff as an impartial judge because he knows that he'll have to eat the pencil.
I want a judge that passed the bar. He
Yes.
got law students.
Oh yeah, that's right. I also have Andrew can't keep track of his lawsuits. And so I think that's why he went out and found like his own legal team.
And speaking of all the things that could go wrong when trying to set all this up and pay your debts and all this shit, Andrew fuckfaced his own inbox for the fake Rooster Teeth store by now receiving massive amounts of emails now that they actually put out the URL for nottheroosterteethstore.com. Any inquiries went directly to Andrew's.
Yeah, I have it right here. Andrew fuckfaces himself because his bootleg store has its own personal email on it.
He was trying to get it to go to Eric, but it accidentally went to him.
Jeff hates Garfield Kart, you guys.
Yeah. Jeff tried Garfield Kart and was good at it, but not good enough to get any times because there's special parts that you get that improve your cart, and he didn't qualify to unlock some of those parts. And Andrew tried it because, again, he is an honorable man of truth, justice, and honor.
Who
He
won't eat the
made
pencil?
Jeff. I can edit that out.
I know you
I
can.
won't. I won't, because I am upholding a man of truth and honor.
Oh no!
So I shall not. But Andrew created Jeff a fake Xbox profile and then accidentally made fake Jeff a record holder on Garfield Kart.
Have your Andrew kind of patronizes Jeff by beating his own Garfield Kart time as Jeff,
And then
That's
can't take it back.
So good.
and then can't take it back because he kept trying to beat it. He kept trying to beat the time on his own profile that he had accidentally made as Jeff's, playing as Jeff, and now he holds that, or he did, at least for at the time, held that record as Jeff's fake account that he made.
And then the trials bet between Gavin and Andrew becomes official with a 12-hour window take-back time. And if Andrew wins, Gavin has to chew a stick of gum of Andrew's choosing, and Andrew does agree to eat a writing utensil. Spoiler alerts, Gavin has to chew the stick of gum.
I don't think any. Oh. I don't think any writing
Yeah.
utensils have been consumed
They have
since the
not.
beginning of this podcast.
Because Andrew is an honorable man, but it does not mean that he has to do something that he has technically, kind of, sort of, if you're following my logic here, has not actually maybe really possibly agreed to do, because he's an honorable man.
Nah, he's squirreled his way out of this pencil bet so many times.
Mhm.
Andrew Weasel Panton is in my notes for episode 16.
Do you think that we could find a way to absolve Andrew Panton of any and all
No,
real or imaginary pencil wrongdoings here?
No.
There is no absolution for Andrew Panton unless he eats the pencil.
If I were to wear
The
a
pencil
name tag
is his absolution.
that says, if I were to wear a name tag that says Andrew Panton on it and record myself wearing said name tag and eating a pencil,
If you wear the Andrew face balaclava and we make it as supplemental content for our channel, then I will consider accepting it as Andrew Panton finally consuming the pencil. And we also have to make sure that it somehow gets to the regulation crew.
Yeah.
how does one get a new regulation fuckface Andrew Balaclava? Because those are not available anymore.
Very true. Very true. Maybe we'll have to hype the community, because you guys are both part of the regulation Discord as well, right?
Technically speaking, I think I've introduced myself there once.
Yeah,
I
I've-
am not.
Oh, okay. Well, we will have to try and hype the community to get the Andrew Balaclava back, or find a community member who doesn't want their Andrew Balaclava anymore.
Or I was just thinking, though, in the spirit of all things Easter and having, the scapegoat, the sacrificial lamb, the one who died for all the sins kind
Oh,
of thing,
no.
whether you believe of that or not, I am willing to be the pencil scapegoat. I am willing to be the one who my pencil eating shall cover
You will be the skate pencil.
The unpayable debt of Andrew Panton's pencil eating, which he should not actually be considered liable for. Andrew, I am on your side.
And much like Andrew Pan, no one's asking you or telling you to do this.
That's a very good point.
We're just making strong suggestions, Dennis. It's fine.
We're writing strongly worded letters.
In pen? Or
In
pencil?
triplicate.
Well, no matter what writing utensils you happen to be using, go ahead and give us a review. Write it out somehow. Give us 5 stars. Give us 10 stars. Give us 17 stars.
Give us all the stars.
Send us
This-
comments. Write us reviews. Send us, Andrew Balaclavas. We don't
Yes,
know-
send
we
us an
don't have a
Andrew
way of
Balaclava.
Send us your thoughts via Jack's exotic bird.
Yes.
Oh,
Send us your
Tell us your favorite
exotic
Maroon
birds.
5 album and why it isn't overexposed. Tell us your burger count.
Tell us your burger count. Put your burger count down in the comments.
Tell us if you've ever eaten a pencil.
Yeah, have you ever eaten a pencil? And was it for a bet or was it just for fun?
Or tell us what character you'd like to see in an upcoming episode of Regulation, or no, not Regulation Wrestling. That's the official thing. The Deep Lore About Wrestling video series.
Lore
of which
About
we've
Wrestling.
Recorded
Lord.
and now released the very first episode of. I promise it will get better from here.
And maybe
God,
we
I
can do
hope.
some better outros.
Maybe.
Now a good time to tell you guys that my name has
I
been
won't-
misspelled in all of the episode descriptions.
We'll have to continue coming up with creative, interesting misspellings. And perhaps because we now have avatar representations of both KP and David and myself in Deep Lore About Wrestling, there may have to be an avatar representation of Misty in Deep Lore About Wrestling.
Yes. Absolutely.
Please.
I need it. I need it so bad.
It's
We
a
shall make
Highland
this happen.
It's a Highland cow in a suit with glasses on.
I'll take it under advisement.
Bye, everybody. Talk to you next week.
Bye.